We're under attack.
Oh! Let's go, let's go, let's go! Play ball! I did it! No. Go! Just got freaking dominated, Knucklehead. Alright, let's do this. Freaking unbelievable. Let's go! Oh, me mother creep! Oh, brilliant! They're going to have to glue you back together in hell! Bloody hell! And down! What the bloody hell just happened?
We'll take down to the main train station in Playtown.
It's a shocking business right here.
Your ass is on the grass.
Go! Charge!
I'll get a head start on the next train. No time to lose.
Move out! Well, we're in a big bang. Oh, maggots, you scum-sucking fruit baskets. Move out! I am going to enjoy killing each and every one of you sorry sacks of scum. Incoming! Fine. This is mine now. Scream at eagles! Go, go! Charge! Give 'em hell, boys! Attack! You took the time to entire unit. Oh, yeah. You are a spineless worm. You are a mistake of nature. You are walking vomit. Oh, yeah.
Fantastic job, Gordon. You're my new hero.
Scream at eagles!
You're actually...
This is where the president must feel it all the time. Let's go!
Go. Did it, Gordon?
Oh, yeah.
Go. You did it, Gordon.
Yeah. Negatory!
Oh my God, the transmission's going out.
No! Attack! I have to crack some skulls, I wish. Boom!
Well, that there was a fine piece of
Should have known it wouldn't be as easy as just driving down the road. Looks like we'll have to take a detour.
Get going!
A radio tower.
Will you look
If
at
it's
that?
working, we need to send a warning to White Forest. They've got no idea the Combine's heading their way.
Move them out! Big damn robot!
doing?
long it's been deserted. They must have a transmitter in one of those buildings.
Yeah. Mortis animateris! Oh!
Gotcha.
That works.
Plant yourself on the point, mister.
Here's the transmitter. No power though. Let's see if we can get some electricity going.
Alrighty then.
That there was a fine piece of work.
Go, go, go!
I'll keep a lookout while you poke around inside.
Sentry, right up there!
Woo-wee! Will you look at that?
Heck yes!
No. Woo-wee! Bacon, bacon.
Now just stop trying to mess with my contraptions. Ah, hell. Come here, sissy. Start praying, boy.
It's on the roof.
I'm gonna beat you like a rented mule, boy. Come on, fellas.
Here it comes. They're not gonna catch me off guard. Not this time.
I was sitting here to jam one of your back door. Oh, for hell!
I'm gonna lay you out. Gotcha. Go, go, go. God. Yeah. You done incurred my wrath. Let's do this Texas style. Get along then. Heavy road coming through. Go on, get it.
Wow. We should get our warning out and then keep moving.
Yeah.
That was probably a scouting party.